Hey you guys, I have my Angels Among Us guidebook here, and I'm going to read up on a couple of the cards I pulled in some previous readings. Okay, so just as you're aware, this is not a traditional tarot reading right now, it's just a little more education on the cards that we had earlier. So the first one I'm going to go over is Goddess Quan Yin. Okay, here it says Kuan Yin is the Buddhist bodhisattva of compassion. Originating from East Asia, she has been adopted by many spiritual seekers and belief systems, known as the Mother Mary of the East. She is an aspect of the Divine Mother and can be called upon whenever you require or desire motherly love, unconditional love, compassion, and kindness. It is said that after reaching enlightenment and on hearing the cries of humanity, instead of stepping through the gates of heaven, she turned back and decided to stay and help. She is ready and waiting to answer your call. So on Wikipedia, it also had some information about this actually being a masculine energy as well. So you may want to go check out, see what the Wikipedia article has, and it was more specific almost to China as well, okay? But it does say East Asia here, but it's also a spelling, I believe it was Guay or something. It's something like that, but this is for Quan Yin in that deck. It's Quan space Yin, capital Y, okay? The oracle here says, be kind and compassionate with yourself and others. Yeah, good reminder, right? Love and relationships, choose kindness and compassion. Be aware of your judgments. If you had experienced everything they had, you may have made the same choices too. If you need space, step away. Choose the most loving thing you can do in each moment. Work others. Work. uh, Others you work with or collaborate with may need your love and support right now. Be helpful. Yeah, you ever have that teammate that there's just nothing can ever go right with the project, and it's like, okay, are you trying to make it fail? Yeah. Home, here it says choose comfort and self-compassion over chores. I was just talking about that in the reading earlier today, so some of you could be entering a break period. Okay. Money, show yourself some loving kindness and mercy over your finances or past decisions. Speak to a mentor or get some guidance with where to go next, right? That's like the number one thing that people fight about, right? Is money. Okay. Well being, focus on self love and self compassion. Be kind to yourself. Allow yourself to receive love and kindness from others. Spirituality says, ask for divine mercy and compassion for any karmic debts you still owe or anything you've done you still blame yourself for. Forgiveness was something that I talked about in the last reading I did. Call out to Quan Yin and the Lords of Karma and tell them what you would like to release now. Call on Quan Yin for assistance with being more compassionate and kind towards others, self love, mother love or healing, inner child healing, letting love in. This is so mirroring this afternoon's reading. So the very last live I did. If you are connecting with us at all, please go check out that reading. Divine mercy, divine compensation, karmic release. And I was just thinking about this before I got started. Divine compensation. And I was thinking specifically, say, of, one of my parental figures, you know. And sometimes, for some people, it's hard to, want to spend money on yourself, right? And it's like, oh, this is too extravagant? Oh, is this too, you know what I mean? But it's like when you work hard, don't you deserve to be able to do some of that later in life? So Think about that, okay? That could be part of the release, the karmic release. Thinking that, you must have done something wrong in order to be feeling this good. A lot of people have problems feeling good because there's so many karmic cycles of suffering that they've been through previously. And if you're have, and this is like they said, the feminine Buddha, basically. Okay. Um, so if you know anything about Buddhism, you know that the the pathway. Okay. All right. Um, embody the energy of Quan Yin by choosing to help others over helping yourself, being compassionate and trying not to judge others. You don't know their story. Being kind to everyone you meet, and loving yourself and knowing you are worthy of compassion and kindness from others and divine mercy, right? The same thing that you are going to, yeah, I'm not restarting the live. The same thing that you are giving to others, right? You should expect that they are giving to you, especially in that form, okay? And now I'm going to go over to Commander Ashtar, because that was one I hadn't pulled really before, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So we're going to start talking about him now. And in the guidebook, it says, Commander Ashtar is an intergalactic ascended master. He works with other ascended star beings and the Intergalactic Council to help planet Earth reach higher levels of consciousness, love, and wisdom. Commander Ashtar can help you connect with the stars and to your star origin. I was just outside with the dogs earlier before this reading to go check out the stars. It's a little hazy where I'm at, but the full moon is approaching, y'all. If you're starting to feel the energy, FYI. And I was talking about astrology. You guys gotta go. If you're really into this at all, you need to go check out this afternoon's reading. Okay. So, because I was talking about astrology, and it says here, help you connect with the stars and to your star origin. Okay. So that might be relevant for some of you. Supporting star seeds. Who is, okay, that would be anyone who feels their soul originated on another planet or just has a deep connection to the stars, okay? So supporting star seeds is one of Commander Ashtar's roles, and he can help you feel more at home on this planet. And remember your own galactic mission, right? Do you ever sit there and look around and you're like, what planet am I on? I mean, is this like, is this real? Because people are acting strange. Okay. You know what I mean? Anyhow, okay. Love and relationships. It says work on the relationship with yourself. Again, this is a masculine here, okay? When you know yourself, you are better able to create and keep positive and loving relationships. Under home, it says feeling at home in this world can be tough for those who have galactic origins. Bring the stars into your home by opening the curtains at night or adding galactic artwork or glow in the dark ceiling stars. I've been thinking about this lately. And, some people talk about like Akashic records and things like that. I think of it, in terms of like the multiverse, right? We used to talk about when I was growing up, it was, we would say like parallel worlds. Like, is there a parallel me doing something else somewhere? And and all this comic book stuff, and then, people keep talking about the multiverse, and it's like, if you start seeing yourself as this interdimensional being, right, then it kind of opens you up to greater experiences out of life, right? Where maybe, before it just seemed ordinary. But I think that's also part of like aging and stuff like that. So anyway, remembering your own galactic mission, right? And you might be meant to see things that others aren't supposed to see. You know, to me, that's just, you know, enhances the richness of life. Okay. Not that we don't share some of those experiences, right? All right, enough of that. The Oracle says here, you have a galactic mission to help support this planet in reaching higher levels of consciousness, man. Okay? Help in whatever way you feel called. Okay? Then it says, love and relationships, work on the relationship with yourself. Oh, yes, I think I already said that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah. Glow in the dark ceiling stars. Yeah. So I kind of, did I skip over that other part before? Anyway. Work here. It says the old paradigm of 9 to 5 until you retire may not work for you. Look outside the box and be open to work opportunities that may seem a little out there to others. Okay. Money. Money is a strange concept for many starseeds. It may be a good time to read some money books and try to educate yourself on how this system works. Try to see money as simply a tool to help you fulfill your galactic mission. Well-being. Get outside and look at the sky. What did I say I was doing right before this? I was outside with the dogs. Watch the clouds roll by and go stargazing at night. We spend so much time indoors, it's easy to forget there is a whole wide universe out there. Okay? Spirituality. Meet with your galactic guides and travel to other planets and star systems in meditation. Ask Commander Ashtar to take you space traveling in his spacecraft. Listen to his wisdom as you journey through the stars. Call on Commander Ashtar for assistance with feeling at home in this world. Galactic travel and meditation. Air travel and travel in general. Learning about your star origins. Navigating life as a starseed. Connecting to your life purpose and galactic mission. Meeting and working with your galactic guides and other star beings of light. This is really interesting. I've not really heard of him before, so this is cool. Embody the energy of Commander Ashtar by taking command of your own life. Yes, we can, right? Stepping into leadership positions. Yeah. And taking permission for yourself, right? Because it's your own life, right? Bon Jovi, it's my life, it's now or never. Okay, exactly. Working towards your life purpose and galactic mission. Taking yourself on meditation journeys or astral travel through the stars and galaxies. And helping others to fulfill their mission. Okay? I don't know. On the card, he looks like a pretty cool dude. So he's even wearing an alien t-shirt. How apropos. Okay. Alrighty. With that being said, okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a few of these here. Oh my gosh, they're all the way over on this side. So get some new ones going. So then maybe for the next one we can talk about some others. Okay. So remember, please do be kind to others in the chat. Please like the video if you are in the chat. Remember, you do not have to be a subscriber in order to like the video, but you can if you would like to be. All right. So I'm going to draw a few new cards from this Angels Among Us deck. Archangel Sandalphon. Hope I said that right. Music. Earth Star. Answered prayers. So earlier in today's reading, I was talking about manifesting. So, saying a prayer is like trying to manifest something, right? Okay. So, yeah, you might be getting an answer to some of your prayers. Also, the number 13 may be significant. Baba Yaga. One of my faves. The wise and wild woman. Duality. Or you might just call her the witch. Number 25 may also be significant. There's also a moon on this card, and as we are approaching a full moon, this might be one of those things where you're just being in tune with nature. Okay. Understanding we cannot control nature, right? Was that on General Hospital when they had the weather machine, the guy with the weather machine trying to control all of Port Charles? I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Now we have Archangel Uriel. He was one of the last ones I did in a reading. I think the same reading that had Quan Yin and Commander Ashtar. So go check that one out if you guys are resonating with this, okay? Ideas into form, yes. Illumination and inner power. Number 4 may be significant. Again, very much on point with the reading from earlier today. So if you're resonating with this, please go check that out. The thumbnail shows the items in question. So if you're confused, number 21 here, Saint Dymphna. Also, she came out in one of the last times I used these cards. So, yeah, that might be significant for somebody. Well-being, support, mental health. And she's wearing a 3-leaf clover on her chest, and she's also wearing a cross around her neck, okay? And some floral inspired earrings, okay? Holding a book in her hand. So sometimes we are supported by knowledge. Our well-being is supported by knowledge. Sometimes we forget that knowledge, right? Because we get busy, right? And then we forget to take care of our mental health along the way, right? And people say, oh, well, if you take care of your physical health, right, then your mental health will be no problem. Well, what? Oh my gosh, on the bottom of the deck is the Quan Yin. Hilarious. Number 30, okay, compassion, kindness, and divine mercy. Okay, so if you missed me talking about her, that's who I spend time talking about at the beginning of this video. All right. Anyway, the thing with, working on your mental health as well as your physical health, your spiritual health, your emotional health. Yes, if you can hit the gym, right, usually those things kind of fall into place. But what if you were injured? Then what? Do you guys remember, the famous infomercials? You had, Susan Powder, right? You had Tony Little, the guy who, he invented a low impact exercise machine. Okay, to get back because he wasn't able to, work out like he normally was. So sometimes these health gurus, that's why I have my Feel Better Guru page on YouTube and Instagram. Because sometimes it's like these health and fitness gurus, it's like they just want to bully you. Okay. And then what does that do for, the people seeking that guidance and their mental health here? So with Saint Dymphna. All right. That's, that's kind of what I'm saying. There is no perfect one solution for everybody. Okay. So here in the guidebook, it says, the Oracle for Saint Dimphta, ask for the help and support you need. It is not a sign of weakness to ask for help. It is a sign of self-love and courage. So in your prayer, in your manifestation, that might be something that you need, right? Instead of trying to do it all yourself, right? Anyway. That is all I have for this message today. So until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye bye.